right. Well, it is the top of the hour, so why don't we go ahead and get started? Again, welcome everyone. My name is Erin French. I'm one of the instructional designers in the Teaching and Learning Center.
Hello, I am Jay Rosema. I am another instructional designer at the Teaching and Learning Center, and I am so happy to see so many of you here. I appreciate you stopping in.
Like we got a few more people coming in.
I
That's
know.
great.
I kind of want to wait just a little bit to start.
All right. We'll give it another minute then, since we have some more folks coming in.
Keeping the waiting room busy, keeping it empty.
And we want to acknowledge our colleague Brenda Jackson, who is our support today. Thanks for letting everyone in, Brenda.
Shall we get started then? People will wander in. Welcome everybody. I appreciate you being here. I am happy that you are attending the inaugural Tech Time. So the question might be, what is this and why are we offering it? Quite simply, Tech Time is an opportunity for the Teaching and Learning Center to reach out and address the skills that elude a few of us. Technology. More specifically, we want to look at Canvas, ATSU's learning management system, and how it can be beneficial to the students in your courses. I know for some of you, it's crucial. You can't get away from it. Over the coming year, we're going to try and highlight the features of Canvas and not get too technical. Wait, what? We hope to show you how you can use Canvas to help students navigate your course. Remember, Canvas is not just for online courses. You can use it for in-person courses as well. In today's Tech Time, we're going to remind you of January's Canvas in 5. Then we're going to demonstrate how you can make adjustments to the course navigation menu. We'll answer your questions, and if time permits, we will share some insight into using Canvas. So before we go any further, I want to remind you that this presentation is being recorded and will be available in our YouTube channel. So in our YouTube channel, if you go to the Teaching and Learning Center at ATSU, you will see 4 links. And if you click on playlists, you will find Canvas in 5 and Tech Time right there. We ask that you subscribe to the channel. And if you find any of these videos helpful to you, please share them with your colleagues. In January's Canvas in 5, we, or rather I, introduce you to how the learning management system can be viewed from the perspective of higher education. That is, Canvas is set up to work like a professor. I show you where your Canvas office is and what's in it, where the classroom is, and I point out the door to the classroom. Don't lock the door. Don't worry about it. The door is always open. Related to today's Tech Time, I want you to know that when the student uses the mobile app, the door changes. When logging into Canvas on a computer or a Chromebook, the student sees the home page first. But in the mobile app, the first thing a student sees is the course navigation menu. So after you watch January's Canvas in 5 and learn how to adapt the course navigation menu in today's session, we encourage you to reflect on your current courses and how students receive their materials, how they participate in activities, and how they are assessed. Consider this. If you set up Canvas in a slightly different way, would your students be better off? Could they find what they need a little easier? After this session, I encourage you to go watch the Canvas in 5 if you have not done so already. Well, you can always go back and watch it again. But for now, Erin's going to show you how the settings in the course navigation menu can make student interaction in Canvas just a little bit easier.
Thanks, Jay. We're going to move on to a section of Tech Time called the Tech Time Tour. This is going to be a regular feature where we'll show a short demonstration of a feature in Canvas that includes some basic information about it, such as how to access it, what you can do with it, and what the benefits are. We'll also tell you some things that you might want to watch out for, and we'll provide some TLC tips about using it. So as Jane noted, this month's feature is the Canvas navigation menu. And I'm going to share my screen. And you should right now be viewing my Canvas course sandbox. How many of you would like to take this class with me? Seeing a few hands,
What
that's great. Thanks for
what
raising your
what
hand, Welty. I
what
appreciate
what
it.
is that, Aaron?
So this is a Jacket cast iron egg beater. It actually has wood handles that I'm hanging on to here. And then it has gears that rotate the beater, this very large beater that's about 13 inches deep. And it would have been used in a hotel or other place like a restaurant where you would have to beat a lot of eggs at once. To find out more, join me for Introduction to Cast Iron Egg Beaters. I'm just kidding. It's not a real course. It's just my sandbox. And so it's an opportunity for me to show you how you can customize the Canvas navigation menu. The navigation menu is this column right here. It lists things like announcements, assignments, and discussions. It's one of the first parts of Canvas that your students will see, and it will help you to organize your course and help your students to navigate the course. The theme for the TLC in the first quarter of 2025 is reflection. And what better place to start reflecting on your Canvas course than in the menu that provides a way to organize and navigate it? You can always tell what page you are on in the navigation menu by looking for this bolded text with a vertical line next to it. So just like here, we can tell that I'm on the home page. Now, if we click on discussions, for instance, you can see how the bold text changes and that vertical line comes down here to discussions. So we always know where we are based on those visual indicators. Canvas has a list of default items that will automatically appear in the navigation menu. In addition to this Canvas default list, institutions can also add items, such as here at ATSU, we have Echo 360. So that's one of the defaults that the university has added to the Canvas navigation menu. The items listed here are based on your Canvas permissions. So I have the teacher role here in my sandbox course, and you would be able to see all of the items that are listed in the navigation menu with those teacher permissions. So it's going to be the same in the courses that you're teaching too. However, your students don't see the same things. If I hover over this little symbol here, I apologize, this is very tiny, but I am going to read it out. That little I with a line through it, it says no content and it's not visible to students. So that's one indicator that something is different for your students. Now with something like announcements, as soon as you have a course announcement, the word announcements will appear in your Canvas navigation menu. So let's see how this would actually look to a student who's enrolled in the course. I'm going to click on the View as Student button that's over here in the upper right-hand corner, but I'd like you to keep your eyes on the Canvas navigation menu so you can see what changes when I switch to Student View. So you can see that it got shorter, and the thing that I mentioned, like with announcements, that's not there. I don't have announcements set up in this course yet, but as soon as I have one, again, it is going to appear there and it'll help your students to navigate to that. All right, let's go back to the teacher view. And I'm going to show you how you can customize the Canvas navigation menu. You can do this on a course-by-course basis. To edit the menu, you'll come all the way down to the bottom to Settings. And then you'll click on the Navigation tab. You can see here that the same thing that is appearing where we can make changes, it mirrors what's already in the Canvas navigation menu. Now, if you would like to change the order of items, for instance, I like to have the syllabus and grades at the top, you're clicking on each of those and dragging and dropping them to where you would like them to be. So there's actually two parts to this navigation tab. What's here is visible. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see that there are certain items at the bottom that are completely hidden from the students. So if you have items that are showing up in your navigation menu that you don't want because you're not using, or really you're not ready to show them to your students, go ahead and drag them down here, and they're not going to show up to your students. However, sometimes there might be some items down here in the hidden part that you would like to make visible to your students. So for instance, I'm going to use perusal in this course. And so I'm going to move that up here into the visible part. And actually, I'm going to put it right under grades. So we can see that the top three that I've rearranged, syllabus, grades, and perusal. Now that doesn't automatically reflect out here. The best piece of advice I can give you about the Canvas navigation menu is to scroll all the way down to the bottom and click Save. I don't know how many times I have set up a course and I've gotten this navigation menu the way I wanted it, and then I just went on to the next thing and didn't hit Save. That meant all of my changes were lost and I had to do the work over again. So when we click Save here, it is going to take me just back to the regular course details tab. And to return to the home page, so this familiar look that we've seen throughout my demonstration, I chose syllabus, grades, and perusal 1.3 to be at the top. That's where they are now. And then a best practice would be to double check, what will my students see when they enter the course? I'm going to go back to view as student. And just to confirm, yep, syllabus grades and perusal 1.3 are there. Now, of course, you can make changes to lots of other things and customize it to be exactly the way you want it to be. Let me go back to teacher view here. And then the final thing that I wanted to mention about the Canvas navigation menu is that you don't actually have to see it at all. You can go to the three lines here, the little hamburger menu, and when you click that, it disappears. I prefer to have it visible, but maybe you don't. So that's definitely a user preference that you can have. All right, that wraps up our demo about the Canvas navigation menu. We are going to stop the recording and then we're going to open it up for questions.